Good morning, my name is Nick.
I'm Mindy. It's good to see you this morning on a bright sunny day.
So lovely. So last time we were with you, we spent the time talking about prayer and talking about how so often as adults we have prayer before meals or before bedtime and in very specific times, and we don't often show our students or our kids. They can't see our thoughts. They don't know that often we're giving short prayers to God throughout the day, or God, help me with this right now. So we talked about how it's a really good idea to help coach your kids through that also and teach them what it means to pray throughout the day. And it doesn't have to be a sit down, fold your hands, bend your head and close your eyes and have like this official prayer time. It can be a sentence here, a sentence there, just in your head, or even whispered out loud just between you and God.
And that's really important too, because as you think about kids, I know mine will come and say, Mom, can you pray for me about this? Or can you? And I'll say, well, yes, I'll absolutely pray for you, but have you prayed about it? Or how do you want me to? Because I don't want my kids to think I'm the only one that can pray for them. And because I won't be here forever, right? And so they need to know they can pray and figure out how to do that. Yes, I want them to come to me with things that are on their heart, but it's not necessarily only me. So that's another way, during this time, and you pray and I'll pray, and helping them through that too.
Yeah.
So today we have some tips for younger kids, and then next week we'll have some for older kids. So some strategies for you as parents that you can do. So I'm going to share this one. This is a book, and it's called What Every Child Should Know About Prayer. It's written by Nancy Guthrie. And what's nice about this one is it really is for younger kids, and there aren't a lot of books out there for younger kids on how to pray. So it has sections. So God wants us to talk to him, and it talks in this very small amounts of print on each page, and you can go through this with them. And then it says prayer is more than asking God for things. So it talks about the other components of prayer, and God's people have always prayed, and the Psalms give us words to pray. So it talks all the different types of prayer, and it kind of coaches you through step by step, and even teaches you how your body can help you pray. Maybe why do we bow our heads? Why do we fold our hands? Do we have to all the time? No. So it's real basic, but really, really good for younger kids. So I would suggest this, but helping them learn. Yes, we talk to God, and yes, we ask for things, and yes, we want people to get better, but there's so much more to prayer than just those things. So we don't want to limit our children in that. So that's for younger kids.
Yeah, and another way that I've talked about prayer, I have used it with middle schoolers, but I think it's good for younger kids too, is walking through like the kind of 4 aspects of prayer and associating an animal with each one of those aspects. The first aspect of prayer can be confession, and the idea of a raccoon. I was blanking out. A raccoon, because they often always look guilty, and they look like little bandits with their little masks on, right? And their little grubby hands being
and then
creepy.
He tracks wherever they go.
Right. So the idea of confession, being a raccoon, and him reminding us of our need to confess. And then an otter represents thankfulness, and it's very easy to just Google image search otters being thankful, and there's images.
They look like they pray.
Yes, they're always looking like they're like being so thankful. I'm like, this is so weird. And I think otters also represent and have a lot of fun and joy in the way they live life, if you can say that about an animal. And I think when we're being thankful, and when we're thankful to God regularly, I think that becomes a part of our life too, is living joyfully and happily and contentedly, like an otter would. And then the next animal would be a lion, which would represent the way we adore, just adoration. And when we see God's majesty, he's the king of the universe, and he is huge and powerful, and when you look at him, just wow, he is incredible. The same way that if you've seen like a lion in the zoo, or even incredible images of lions, when you get close to one,
roar.
Yeah, when they roar, it's overwhelming. You're like, and just to think of like, and that's just a lion, and it's like God made the lions, like that's crazy. So it's the idea of adoring God is a lion. And then the last one,
Supplication.
supplication. Aha, thank you. Supplication would be a dog. The idea of a dog always coming to the table and like begging for scraps, or like they always come to you because they want something. They want their head patted. They want their belly rubbed. They want to be let out and on a walk. Just that idea that we can go to God with our needs and our desires. He wants us to come to Him the same way. If you own a dog, you need to know when it needs to go out. You need to know, oh, your food bowl is empty and I spaced out. Yeah, okay, thanks, doggo, whatever it is. So the raccoon for confession, the otter for thankfulness, the lion for adoration, and a dog for supplication, that we can always go to God with things.
And it would be good, like if you have younger kids, they're visual learners. So print pictures of those off and even lay them on the table. And, tonight we're going to pray, or when we prayed for someone to get better, which one was that? That was the dog. We were asking for something. Or when we were thanking God for protecting us, that was the otter. And helping them recognize in their prayers those different areas, even after the prayer, would be another really good way to teach your children how all those different areas of prayer. If you really wanted to get technical, you could tally. Like, oh, we haven't prayed this way for a while. And that's maybe some good self-reflection to help kids think that way too.
Yep. So there's some ways that we think could be helpful with teaching prayer to some younger kids and younger students.
Yeah, and so next week we'll have some ideas for some older elementary, middle school, high school, just some different ideas that they might be able to associate with a little bit more.
Yeah, thanks for joining us on Wednesday.
Yeah. Bye.